Good morning. I forgot to tie my hair back. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm out of sorts. Let's get a good look at this fun thing to do. 2 and 3. There we are. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Good day. See, I don't know. I don't like what I've done here. It feels a little George Washington. I'm going to have to do it again. While I go through the comments on this fine morn, a Sunday morn is busy. It's going to be very busy. A little piece of business. As you may know, there's a documentary that is out. It's not really a documentary. There's a video of me talking. Honestly, not unlike this. I did the same shit I usually do, only with a better camera via the Fight Network. It is on their YouTube. This is called Wrestling Rock on Tour, which is a title I came up with. Thank you for watching it and enjoying it. It's a nice case against me thinking it wasn't very good. I enjoy having that debate with you all. Somebody told me that they watched it 4 times. And I would love to know, if you have watched it more than once, please let me know what you learned the second time and third and fourth time and how it was different. Look at it, it's just hanging in my, itching my ear. Also today, I'm doing the morning shift and the late shift. You can watch along with me, or you can just watch me watch the Royal Rumble tonight at 7. We've picked numbers, and they will correspond with people in the Rumble. I think I have 9, 8, and 12, and that's for both Rumbles, which kind of sucks. Kind of middle of the pack, almost the middle. I don't know if anyone has won from number 9 or number 8 or number 12. I'm not quite sure, because when all my numbers are eliminated, I'm gone. They kick me out, and I don't even know if I get a parting word. So you might see me for like an hour and a half tonight. You might see me for 4 minutes. I don't know. Regardless, I will be there. Let us talk to the people. Oh, let's talk about what underwear I'm wearing. These are fun rose ones. There is a rose in Spanish Harlem. It's a fine song. Roses are red, my love, and violets are blue. And it's nice. But let's talk to the people. Leo said, salutations all. Steve said, good morning, RJ and everyone. We should name today's spin Rose's Turn. Is this the way to the cult? Follow your nose. And this underwear, by any other name, would not smell as sweet. Julio or Julio. Are there any people who say Julio? Give me the hard J. I want the hard J. Let's be honest, I'm so sleepy. Just wake up. Well, here we are. I'll tell you something. The director of the documentary is George, but it's spelled Jorge. Jorge. So you want to say Jorge. And he said, no, give me the hard G. And don't give me a hey at the end. Give me a ugh. Clint said, well, hello there. A nice underwear you got. Did you bought that from an entertaining store? I think I bought these at H&M. They're kind of old. And I went, oh, I have those. And you know what's funny? When I have these, a certain kind of underwear, and I'll go, sometimes I'll have Golden Girls underwear, and I say, well, I'll have the B. Arthur mug. And then I got these rose underwear on. I open the cover, and I go, oh, I'll get the mug with roses on it. Somehow, my brain thought, maybe there's a mug in here with roses on it. There's no such thing. Ty said, hello, RJ. Roses suit you well. It's hard to believe it's been little over a year since I joined this program. At the behest of a friend while you were in a Pittsburgh hotel talking about being gorgeous in a parking lot and complaining about a children's hockey team. Last year, I was doing IWC in Pittsburgh. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that wrestling was a thing that used to happen. So Ty said she's very happy that you joined this cult. Well, I'm very happy that you've not joined this cult because it's not a cult. Hope that clarifies it. Spotsner said, who in their right mind would get up every Sunday morning and entertain the unwashed masses? I think in a couple weeks, we're coming up on our 3-year anniversary. And I will celebrate by doing nothing special. Laura says, good day, y'all. Caitlin said, good morning, Nails in New York. Obviously watched the ads and said good morning. RJ Ramos, the other RJ, said good morning, members. Oh, my God, there's so much here. I got to whip through this as fast as possible. Daniel said, I was listening to Elton John thinking, would he be a good wrestling booker? No, but he would make great entrances, and he would design a nice set Val is here. Ty is here. Missy, I'm in Studio B today. Hello from my car. That's a portable studio. Jerry Legend said, don't forget to like the video. Thank you. Ty said, your hair is so long it is. Chris said, best documentary of the year. Well, it's only January. Sabrina said, hi, good morning. Nails, love the documentary. Great documentary. Revenge said, how would you feel about styling your hair in hair flips like Farrah Fawcett? It took a lot of work. And if I'm not happy with it, I'm stuck with it for a little bit. David Arquette is here. Speaking of documentaries, you can watch You Cannot Kill David Arquette on Hulu and YouTube and iTunes. And we're just pumping out. It's a real documentary factory in this neighborhood. David said good morning and good night because he could have either gotten up right now or he could be just going to bed. And that is the fascinating thing about him, is that his biological clock was clearly smashed by a baseball bat at some point. Biological clock is about pregnancy, right? I mean his internal clock. He has no problem having children. He just has problems sleeping. He'd probably be a good father to a young baby because he already has erratic sleeping patterns. And when they get to like 4 or 5 and start sleeping like a normal human being, he's of no use. SM is using the appropriate emoji. Aaron said, culture clubs, I'll tumble for you, but instead I'll rumble for you. That is a song request, and that's not only apropos, but one of my favorite songs. Big culture club guy. It's a club, and it is cultural. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 rolling down a hill, boom, 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 boom. I took a pill, doom, 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 rolling down a hill, doom, 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 and now I got a chill, doom, 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 but you're coming after me, yeah, doom, 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 you're trying to chase me, yeah, doom, 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 doom. There's one thing you gotta know, I'll tumble for you, but instead, doom, 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 I'll rumble for you instead. I'll rumble for you. The ground is a shaking. Doom, 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 doom. We didn't level off the floor. Doom, 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 doom. I don't like this house. Doom, 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 doom. Don't want to live here anymore. Doom, 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 doom. And now the foundation is shaking. Yeah, there's one thing I'm gonna bake. Yeah, it's not quite a cake, but I'll tell you. I'll rumble for you. Doom, 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 doom. I'll rumble for you. Doom, 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 doom. It was Culture Clubs. I'll tumble for you, but instead I'll rumble for you. One of my favorites. Big fan of the club. Macy said, Daniel, that's hysterical. Don't jinx me. I got a 3-hour drive. Stay the course, Missy. I hope this will break it up. Tom said, love the documentary. Already watched it twice. P.S. You owe me an hour and a half. I told everyone explicitly not to watch it. Viewer beware. Leo has a 60-second scene. You are 14 and picked up the phone and at school wanting to talk to your mom about something bad you have done, but you have pretended to be her. Okay. Hello? Oh, yes. Yes. Hello. Yep. This is her. This is the mother. Love my son. Big fan of my son. Well, I'm sure he had every reason to. Maybe he was provoked by the teacher into pulling down their pants. Maybe it was their idea in the first place. Maybe it was part of a lesson. You ever think about that? I'm sure you didn't. I demand an investigation. Yep, a big one. Big, fat investigation into pants. Every teacher, I want to see every pair of teacher's pants. How do I know that that teacher's belt was not tight enough? What if the teacher had a loose belt and the pants just incidentally came down? How do you know this if you don't have an investigation? Okay. I would like everyone on the job. Do you have like a teacher police? And scene. Wow. I can't. Now I'm deaf. Hey, Sean said, I'm here. Hi, Culties. I'm very sick, so I'm probably not going to chat much today. Grateful for the stream. Put your head back, close your eyes, and just listen to the words as they flow over you, and you'll be fine. I've lost my place. Danny said, hello, RJ. Hello, people. Long time no see. Chris said, there's a music artwork guy whose work I'm a fan of. His name is Giulio. Well, Giulia, or like Julia in Italy, they will spell it with a G. And then Italian people came to America and they went, well, that looks gross. Let's put a J in there. Julio says, people in Brazil say Julio, but people outside Brazil say Julio. Honestly, I find Julio sexier. And so do I. There's that J to roughness. Julio. You got a little, it gets breathy. Daniel said, make Arquette find you one. How do you pronounce Arquette? There's got to be a rose mug somewhere. I would have access to a rose mug. It's just somewhere in my brain I thought, well, I must have a rose mug that I have no recollection of at all, positively. E said, RJ. RJ. Hi, RJ, and hi to you. Sabrina said, love the Rose's underwear. It reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, which is a tale as old as time. Chris said, biological clock is pregnancy related. SM said, I think you mean circadian rhythm. I do. That also makes me think of cicadas, and they are disgusting. Spot Center said, what do you think Jack Sprat's wife's cholesterol level is, considering she only ate fat? Apparently, that doesn't, if it was the good fat, she might have actually been really in shape. She might have been on maybe it was like a paleo kind of thing, keto type of business. It's interesting. It'll give you a lot of energy. Speaking of, let me pour the coffee and let me press it at least. Grant me that. And then we'll keep talking. Here we go. I think this is still, it's a little bit of the Vincent Price coffee from last week, but also a blend of some other shit that was left over. So these are like the ashes of Vincent Price. It's a nice sound, like I'm gently going to the bathroom. I'm having a nice, enjoyable urination. Daniel said, watch Boy George, re-release it in RJ's remix version. Sean said that was an all-timer. Thank you. Val seemed to enjoy it. Michelle said, good morning, hoping all is well. Holy crow. Those religious crows. I'm watching you on my new 65-inch TV. What is my aspect ratio? It's the little things that bring joy. I'm commenting through the phone because I'm old and not that savvy yet. I think, actually, that's the way to do it. It will be a pain in the ass to set up your computer through your TV, and it's much easier. These short comments, I think it's easier to do it on the phone. I also hate watching a YouTube video and the live chat. I want to pop out the live chat, and I would rather have the live chat just on my phone. So I think you're doing it the right way. Nell said, I'm a lady mother. SM said, I hope the timer doesn't go off in his ear. Yeah, well, hi. Leo said, would you rather share a single bed with Virgil? You know what? I'm not even going to read the rest of it. That's my answer. Nail said, I demand an investigation into pants. RJ Ramos said, teacher police. That's great. Just the timer against your ear. Missy said, I was once provoked into pulling down my own pants too. See? Can happen to anyone. Spot Center said, 60-second scene, Brett Summers' breath smells of cigarettes and she's coming on to you. Kindly reject her advances and profess your feelings for Charles Nelson Riley. Here we go. No, it's too. I'm gonna be busy. I gotta work. I'm gonna have to work then too. Yeah, and also I'm not. Yeah. How do I put this? I like to fill in other blanks. I like a long, skinny microphone. No, with the horn-rimmed glasses. You sit next to him. Yeah, it's been going well. 6 months or so. No. To your other side, not Gary Berghoff. The other. Yeah. And it's good. The best part is we each use the same pair of glasses, so you never lose them. You just leave them all around the house. Your glasses, my glasses, the same thing. And scene. Was that a left field Spot Center? Michelle said, it's like I have my own picture-in-picture kind of thing going on by holding the phone up with the TV in the background. That's real meta. David has woken up again and has said, in your documentary, aside from clearly cutting me out, he said, which first of all is bullshit because he's explicitly mentioned within the first 5 minutes. There's a clip of him and me saying his name, and I plugged his shirt, and I plugged his tights. Go ahead. In your documentary, aside from clearly cutting me out, you mentioned your pride in not hurting people, but there was no mention of nearly breaking my jaw with your knee, Arthur. Well, first of all, that's incorrect because I hit you in the eye, number one. And number two, I put my knee up. You did the rest of the work. And if you will look at the GIF, and you can slow it down, and I've played it, you flew so trustingly into my knee that you hit my knee really before you're ready to land with your feet. Like, you landed on my knee and then fell to the ground. I want to apologize. Thanks for fact-checking me and holding me accountable. The documentary is a lie. Most of it is made up, including that part. And I am a monster, and I'm sorry. But other than that, I was okay. Daniel said, try living out in the country and sleeping with cicadas and frogs both going off at the same time. It's not fun. I have a feeling the cicadas and the frogs just don't like each other. Only we make noise in these parts. SM said, enjoyable urination. Ty said, hey there, David Arquette. Ashley said, good morning. Nail said, David, did he show you spanking him? Which was an old clip. Yes, but still fun. Spanking him? What the hell are you talking about? Daniel said, get revenge, Arquette. Hit him with the Officer Dewey. I'm not doing any movie tie-ins. Thank you. Nail said, Ashley Rose, one of my favorite gifts. SM said, these days, the school calls the cops when someone pulls down the pants. It's considered sexual assault. Yeah, back in my day, the fun day, we used to pull down everyone's pants, and it wasn't sexual at all. It was just totally a thing we did. So when I was in high school, if you skipped a period or you wanted to get out or whatever, you would have to get your parents to call the office. Or I think there was a certain number. It was like, press 1 for whatever, and they would leave a message, like they're not going to be in this class because they have a doctor's appointment. And kids would pay me to call in as their parents, but their father. Even though I really only had one father voice. And it was a little more like this. And Owen's not going to be in 5th period class because he has an orthodontist appointment. Thank you. And we never got caught. I see. Now I want to say Julio. Julio says, my last name is Shockness, which is sexy too, don't you think? I agree. Julio Shockness. See, Shockness is so hard compared to Julio. Leo said, you mentioned the school being upset at the cynical crafter video you did there. Why is that? Because I ate paint and I sniffed the marker. I don't think they were fans of that. They loved it otherwise, and the kids certainly enjoyed it. But symbolically, they were like, that wasn't the best. Ashley's just popping in to say hello. Well, I've accepted your pop. And I'm saying hello back. Daniel Price said, Jesus, imagine having to sit through a lecture by Charles Nelson Riley. Your brain would explode. But he was actually incredibly intelligent, directed opera, and things of that nature. Caitlin said, ever since that alarm went off in my ear, I haven't been the same. Caitlin said, I like to fill in other blanks. Is going to be my new bio. Ty said, fill in other blanks. It's too early. Nug is here. Nug Nargan, who you can also see on Aftermath on Sportsnet, after Raw, said, what's the most royal part of the Royal Rumble in your opinion? I'll tell you what sucks. A Royal Rumble, if we're going to be really, really tight about it, if I want to be persnickety, the winner of the Royal Rumble should technically be declared King of the Ring. I understand the King of the Ring is this totally separate tournament. Royal Rumble, however, implies a certain theme. I want to see maybe a crown or a scepter. Or maybe Robin Leach saying, this is the winner of the Royal Rumble. That's royalty to me. Because he only hung out with truly rich people. Spot Center said, this week on Jim and Sam Roberts basically called people who read every comment on live feeds clowns. He said he only reads the money ones. Response, just another reason to hate him. Well, I will be seeing Sam this evening during the watch along, and I'm sure shortly thereafter. I guess it depends what the model is. Certainly, I would like to favor. I can't read every single comment to give it even weight because we'll never get through it all. I guess it depends how much money he's making. He seems to be doing well. And me, here I am. I have 59 people watching. I have only 37 people liking the video. So if we're going likes to views, you may be right. And maybe I'm doing this wrong. Neil's like, you didn't mention David's huge, sad chair in the documentary. That was a bit disappointing. I must admit. David said, you are forgiven. I am, and I'm going to, but I'm still so sad about it. So I'm going to sit in my small red chair and sulk. Daniel said, if Arquette even slightly put his face in the direction of your leg, you get out on a technicality. I did. SM said, let's pay Lance Storm to analyze your match to see who really was at fault for David's injury. I think we should take it to Judge Joe Brown. David, didn't we try to get on Judge Joe Brown, or am I dreaming this? Ty said, hey, Nug. Oh, I've lost my place. George, the director of the documentary, George Barbosa, available now on the Fight Network YouTube, said, I sprinkled in a nice amount of David Arquette. The shot where he slaps RJ's ass also made the trailer. There you go, David. Jesus. Now, Nails was saying spanking. That wasn't a spank. Wasn't admonishing me. He was saying, go get him, champ. Spot Center said, with a pocket full of condoms, I walked up to a house with a white rock in the yard and almost got shot. Are you sure about this myth? Maybe they don't like to protect themselves. Maybe they like to live dangerously. I don't think you have to do it at like nightfall, dusk maybe. Ty said, your high school hated you. I think some of them liked me. Daniel said, my voice sounded a lot like my father's. I call that a lot. It's a great skill. Chris said, I was at my high school grad party when I and other assorted parties in an outdoor hot tub when one of the girls' bikinis almost came off accidentally. And it was weird. You know, because you don't want to help them. You're like, however, if you've ever had your underwear fall down, you'll know it's a horrific situation to be in. Daniel said, no, the zebras would look like inmates. Jeff said, is today your WrestleMania? Yes. And so was yesterday, and so was tomorrow. So happy WrestleMania to you. Frank B. Zagatti said, what's up, RJ City? Well, I'm going to pour my coffee. Thanks for that segue. That nice vague segue that allows me to do whatever I want. I'm going to pour myself. I got a clear cup because I was so upset that there was no roses. Let me give it a nice pour. I think my camera blocking has gotten better. I'm going to throw a little stevia here. Neil said, please bring up the King of the Ring with Xavier Woods. Really, the cheapest way to do it, because obviously they're not going to do King of the Ring for him. It takes too long. Sorry. Is for him to win the Royal Rumble and say, because it's a royalty, I declare myself the King of the Ring. How badly does he want a heavy crown? Doesn't he wear enough shit? Enough random weird things? The guy just wants another accessory. Leo said, I heard Epico is returning at number 30 and is going to win the whole Rumble. It would not surprise me. And then he would say, see, that's epic. Oh, like the Fonz or Andrew Dice Clay. Positively, he said, Sam Roberts is such a punchable palm tree. To me, that would be like Jimmy Buffett. I don't equate a palm tree with Sam. Maybe you're a shrub. He's a shrub guy. Michelle said, I'm going to step out of the chat. What? And put some furniture together. Your program will be excellent background fodder. Use the Allen key. And make sure you put all the screws in and tighten them a little bit first. And then once everything's in place, you tighten everything again. As I said, maybe for the Royal Rumble, maybe the ring skirt should be made of velvet. Sounds like my kind of match. Jeff said, is David Arquette in the Royal Rumble? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I've completely ruined the surprise. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. I tried my best. I couldn't say anything for weeks. Steve said, I just paid the tax. My mouse was over the T, and it said you wrote played instead of paid. So I thought you're playing the sax. Waking up and needing my celery juice. That's a way to start the morning. That's like a Bob Hope kind of thing. Blue Meanie is here. Another Rumble participant. All right? You were in them. A couple. 2000, maybe I would say, I'm going to close my eyes and just say you were in 99. David Arquette said, we did try to get Judge Joe Brown, but like most advances, we were rejected. I would love to make a list with you because so far, Seth Meyers, Judge Joe Brown, that is running the gamut, my friend. We should have went for Mills Lane. Jeff said, Blue Meanie. Oh, he's going to answer the question, I believe. Leo said, a pocket full of condoms is a great nursery rhyme if you are Andrew Dice Clay. Neil said, the way things have been, but maybe one day. David said, where did David go? Chris said, good morning, Meanie. David said, David's vote is for Shinsuke Nakamura. He's going to win the Royal Rumble. That's my vote. And I'll tell you why David said that, because David probably has the same outfits that Nakamura wears, but he just wears them around the house or going to the store. Red leather jumpsuit. That's like David's loungewear. I will take your vote, good sir. Ty said, I need a Dear Lord for bingo. Well, that one doesn't count because it didn't come organically. Positively E said, camera blocking? Aren't you, Mr. Hollywood? Well, I did do a documentary. Daniel said, Brian's winning. Seems illogical, but Vince is an idiot. How dare you talk about Vince Fontaine like that? In my opinion, he was the best part of Grease. Positively E said, I don't want no shrubs. Well done. Marvin Games said, haven't been on here in a while. Great documentary on Fight Network. Why, I do not know what you are talking about. Leo said, if you go to WWE, well, I'm there. I have my own Titantron courtesy of the bump. So I'm in now. Nail said, big swerve and Ali is winning. Tatiana Ali. Interesting choice. Lumini said, use the Steve Allen key. Shades of WrestleMania 6, Meanie. Ty said, for real? Nails and I must have switching to the board. Oh, I love how there's a bingo. Nug said, what's the most Rumble thing about the Royal Rumble, in your opinion? All the stomping. Everybody's walking down like that. You know, you get those angry guys. I'm going to beat you up. I love the Rumble jog. I'm excited to see some good ramp jogging tonight. That's what I'm looking forward to. Blue Meanie said, I was indeed in the 1999 Royal Rumble. Look at that. I'm very proud of myself right now. Caitlin has a 60-second scene request of me awkwardly fanboying over David Arquette. And begin. Seriously, it was an incredible performance, and it's one that made me want to be an actor. It's one of those performances I go, you know, like a De Niro in Raging Bull or Al Pacino in maybe like a Glenn Ross, and then I go, that. There was kind of shades of oh my God, like an Olivier, but also a more modern, like a Daniel Day-Lewis. And then the way you picked up that phone and you told that person to just dial down the middle. And then, you know, every time you did it after, it just felt like I was hearing it again for the first time. It was both familiar and new. And that, to me, I made so many collect calls when I was a kid just because it got me. It just spoke to me. Do you know what I'm saying? The one outside the convenience store is like, I used to think, I used to see a convenience store and I used to say, wow, let's go. You know, I want to be like David. And scene. I am deaf. I can't even hear this alarm. Steven Tatum said, former WCW champion David Arquette making a return. He's made a return to this chat. Ty said, the board changes when you get out of it and it switched to a good order. Oh, yes, bingo. Daniel said, if Joe, Judy, and Mills Lane had a teleconference, is that considered a judgment call? A round of applause for Daniel. Well done. I did not see that one coming. Nug said, Meanie, we watched the 99 Rumble yesterday. Look at you guys connecting over Rumbles from the days of yore. Nail said, nice, Caitlin. I love that. Here are the reasons I love David Arquette. Oh, yes, that was a song I sang about David. Frank said, be funny to see Shayna or Rhonda throw Arquette over the top rope. Yep, that's how it works. Spot Center said, where can I find the RJ City parody song of Paradise City? I think somebody did once, a fan. You'd have to Google it. I feel like it might be online. Chris said somehow Lana is going to win and do a shocking return spot by eliminating Shayna and Nia. Wasn't that weird? Wouldn't that be surprising if Lana Turner suddenly just showed up in the Royal Rumble? RJ Ramos said, Ramp Jog City. That's really what I'm known for. SM said, since it appeared in your documentary, I request for you to sing Let Me Call You Sweetheart. SM, what a fine choice. It not only comes up in the documentary, but it comes up in the Valentine's Day episode of The Cynical Crafter because it's a public domain song. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Let the twilight linger in your eyes so blue. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. I don't even know who composed it and sang it. It was so old. It was like maybe like a 1922. A fine choice and a warm choice. Thank you, SM. And Neil said, yeah, Julio, there's several Scooby-Doo episodes with WWE wrestlers. There's also Scooby-Doo episodes with Don Knotts. Scooby-Doo was really non-discriminatory with who they involved in their show. Blue Meanie said there's a point in the 1999 Rumble where Droz and Edge start chopping me in the corner. They switch to a camera angle where you can see my left hand start to tickle Droz, and he goes away from me. Classic Blue Meanie offense and psychology. I was thinking that, actually. It's so funny. I was rolling around with somebody, like grappling, and I thought, what if I tickled the person? Maybe that could be my MMA strategy. Maybe I could be successful in mixed martial arts if I was low-key a tickler. You know, it would throw you off. You wouldn't know what to do. Val said, so everyone go back and watch the 99 Rumble. I don't know. It's obviously on the network. I don't know if they put it on YouTube recently, but I'm going to look out for this tickle method tonight and see if anybody is watching the program and has been inspired to do some tickling. Val said, I was going to say, does RJ know about the bingo? I don't know about the bingo. Nobody really told me about the bingo, but I guess this is a real thing now. Neil said, he's not acting right now. Daniel said, hey, Arquette, when you film Airheads, you should get to hang out with Lemmy. This is not, please do this in David's stream. Steven said, favorite brand of coffee so far in 2021. I liked the Dead Sled Vincent Price coffee from last week. That would top it so far. It's still very early. We're only, I guess, tomorrow's February. And that would make Tuesday Groundhog Day. Leo said, James Ellsworth. No, he's not winning. I assure you. And that's not my number, so I'm not even interested. Daniel said, Undertaker did a Scooby-Doo. Yes, I want to see the Undertaker Don Knotts Scooby-Doo. That's next. Ty said, Shayna better win the whole thing. She better say thank you for that time I bought her a bottle of whiskey first before anything else. Clarence said, hi, RJ. You look so beautiful wearing something sweet like rose. Thank you, Clarence. It's so nice of you to say. Peter said, we need more sports entertainment type sports. Like do works for football or pro bowling or chess. Well, they did used to do roller derby, and it was on TNN. It was an experiment. Sabrina is using the appropriate emoji. Daniel said, William Shatner doing Flock of Seagulls. What? I don't even want to read the rest of that sentence. Oh, Lord, I've lost my place. Caitlin said, just admit that it is a cult. That is it. It is a cult. It's not a cult at all. I assure you, what you're thinking is what it actually is. And they're under. Neil said, I'm sure all the Rumbles are on YouTube or free on the network, I'll find the tickle and I'll gif it. Nails is on the hunt to gif blooming these tickling. Jack Sterling said, my MMA strategy was to call myself Daddy Issues because absolutely no fighter on the planet wants to get near someone calling himself that. Trust me, I have news for you, Jack. I don't think anyone gets into fighting if they don't have daddy issues. Chris said, maybe Snoop Dogg will be one of the mystery entrants this year. Maybe he won't. David said, I didn't hang out with Lemmy on the set of Airheads, but since we both lived in LA, we would often see each other at various dive bars and strip clubs that had pool tables. Was this just like a head nod kind of relationship? Because let's be honest, you're not going to go have coffee with the guy. You know, you're not going to say, oh my God, hey, Lemmy, they just remastered When Harry Met Sally. Playing it at the small theater. I have 2 tickets. I have no one else. Somebody just canceled. Do you want to go? It'll be fun. And then we can get lunch. That was not as a guy you head on to at the bar. Jack said, well, yeah, then I have a whole new problem to deal with. My ear is clogged. I think that ring really messed me up. I'm better now. I'm going to be totally out of sorts for this watch along. Ty said, the amount of times I've given Shayna something and she has not said thank you. That's for sure. Well, she's welcome now. Ty said, Nails, please gift that. I don't know what that was referring to. Jack said, because then the tickle strategy would probably just make my life worse. I guess people would be really mad if you tried to tickle them. Chris said, for a second, I thought my stream stopped. I was good acting. Well, damn, that stare gave me some feelings. Hot damn. Leo said, do you think Dark Side of the Ring Virgil would be good? I think it shouldn't even be Dark Side. It should just be called Virgil. And it should be exactly like my documentary, just an hour of him in a room. Caitlin said, do I have to send extra money for that wink at the end? I feel like I should. It was a good wink. It was one of my favorite ones. I really put some effort into it. My whole neck is tense now. RJ said, my MMA strategy is to not do MMA. Works every time. You're a champion in my books. Daniel said, Leo's fixation with Virgil is starting to get unhealthy. Who am I kidding? It was already past that point. Well, we all have our vices. SM said, when Harry Met Sally is my shit. Well, you should have went with Lemmy. Spot Center said, did you ever attend a wrestling show after party? Any wacky stories? The Carriage Inn hosted them for some time here at IWC. Let me tell you why the Carriage Inn is disgusting. Because it was by far, like, it must be the only bar left that I'm aware of that not only has a cigarette vending machine, but also an actual smoking room. And I don't know, I would love to know when smoking rooms like went out the window and everybody went, it's a horrible idea. But they used to, like, if you went into a Tim Hortons, there would be like this glass dividing booth and you could go in there and have your coffee and donuts while smoking. And nobody thought, gee, when you open the door, all that smoke is still going to go. Like, the smoke was so dominant that any establishment with a smoking room, the whole establishment was a smoking room. It was such a horrible, terrible idea. However, the Carriage Inn has a smoking room. They still have it. And the cigarette vending machine gave me, it was like from the 1800s. I was like, what is this? It was delightful, though. A horrible parking lot. That's my wackiest story is that place exists. We also were at I'm pretty sure it was a trailer that somebody just put a bar in Virginia or West Virginia. I can't remember the name of the town, but it's known for having the world's largest teapot. And in the center of the town is this giant teapot. And I'm like, well, we have to go stop and see this thing. And you get there, you look, it's all wood. It's all wooden planks in the shape of a teapot. Like, that's not a teapot. I don't know these people at Guinness are thinking, but like, it's not functional. It's not ceramic or anything. The hell's the point of that? Julio said, when the pandemic's over, are you and David gonna make live together again? We're gonna move into a little pad and have a series on E. Blue Meanie said, I use the tickle method, or I just pull out individual armpit hairs. That's the thing with Meanie. He'll lull you in and he'll be ruthless. Really armpit-centric offense, no matter what he does. Speaking of, and this is a move that really should come back, Kamala used to have a finish where he would grab you under the armpit, like here. And that it was like a nerve hold. And you think like, that's stupid. And then you do it to yourself and it hurts. Missy said, but it would be an hours long with his balls. What? Balls out, just his cameo. What are you even talking about? Daniel said, apologies for making you lose your train of thought, RJ. Everyone back aboard the Express. Spot Center had a donation just for the wing. And now I'll give you 2 blinks to thank you. Nail said, Missy, I'm sick of Virgil's balls popping up on my timeline. Well, I have not seen them once. Daniel said, one of the 2 times I flew, I went to the smoking room at Dulles. It was like LA and China had a smog baby in there. Ugh. We were really, we are still, but we were also very, very stupid. Missy said, Chester, West Virginia is the place with the teapot. Thank you so much. That's exactly what it is. And I think that town has like some sort of illegal gambling going on. There's all these like unmarked bars where there's like gambling and slot machines, but like you can't say it. Like you can't put it on the outside of the buildings. It's illegal. Like there's a weird rule. And everyone gets around it by having like unmarked buildings. Ty said, I'm sorry. So Virgil had his balls out in a cameo? He knew. Ty said, did a ghost just change the lighting? Well, things change and move. It's a house full of electricity, and it's pumping in and out. Neil said, who is sending RJ Virgil's balls? Listen, this isn't like a not a cult backwards thing. Don't send me a Virgil cameo. Give me the money and say, this is for me not sending you over. This is the money I would have sent Virgil for a cameo. Spot Center said, everybody tag RJ in Virgil's balls picture today during the don't. I got the gist. I have a rough idea of what they would look like. I'm good. Val said, Virgil did a cameo for somebody where his balls were out. I have a screenshot. I can message RJ if he, okay. Val can message me. No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. First of all, I believe you. At no point during this was I surprised. Do you understand what I'm saying? At no point did I go, really? I went, yeah. So I don't, like, this is all in line. Chris said, liquor in the front, poker in the back. That was the common joke when I was in that area. Usually from people who owned the bars. And you're like, okay. Thank you, sir. Sabrina said, I'm watching the documentary for the billionth time. Well, I've looked at the views, and that is a highly inaccurate statement. Kayla said, I left for 5 minutes, and I have no idea what I came back to. We changed the topics quick on this program. Positively E said, implying RJ hasn't seen balls beforehand. Mysterious Spaceman said, is RJ growing a J White beard? Now, I'm growing a Mick Schmiller beard. I'm not growing anything. I'm going to shave before this evening. I hate how it looks already. Thank you for reminding me. Laura said, not a cult backwards thing? No. Red Dog said, the Lonely Virgils. Positively E said, hockey is very popular up there. I don't know if you're talking about me or if you're talking about Chester, West Virginia. But I will say, the thing I miss about going to Pittsburgh is that I would stop at Sheetz. That Sheetz would be the only place I would stop ever. No, there's one rest stop I would definitely pee at, but then otherwise it was like Sheetz. And it'd be at Sheetz like 6 times in 2 days, and you're living off Sheetz. And, you know, something happens to your body where you're a lot more athletic. You have a lot more energy. Blue Meanie said, Virgil's cameo videos look like a hostage video. He's been taken hostage by his own career, though. You understand what I'm saying? Ty said, Sheetz. Oh, Ty's not a fan of Sheetz. Well, I'm not talking to you anymore. Little T said, hello, RJ. How are you today? There's been a lot going on. RJ Ramos said, how does Virgil How much does Virgil even charge for a cameo? Why are we plugging Virgil's? Caitlin said, RJ, have you ever had a beard? You should post a picture. It doesn't. I'm unable to. It'll just get long, but not even that long. Like at a certain point, it'll be before a full beard. It's just like, you haven't shaved. Nor am I able to grow like a mustache or a goatee in the traditional sense where it would be considered a look. It just looks like a lack of a look. So I think it's much better this way. Also, my hair is gotten very long, and I'm like, that's enough. This is oh my God. Dear Lord. This is shades of Buffy St. Marie. David Arquette said, RJ loves sheets. And don't you remember, David, when you came to Pittsburgh and I said, listen, you see sheets, you stop at the sheets. And you went, that place is amazing. And it is. It is everything right with America. And a few things that are wrong. Leo says, sorry about bringing up Virgil. Leo, you should be ashamed of yourself. Why did Leo get kicked out of RJ's chat? He brought up Virgil. Kevin Featherstone said, everyone can grow a beard if you believe enough. That's my thing. I don't believe in the beard. I need to do a lot of self-help work. And I need to drink the beard oil. That's really been my problem. David said, I am RJ's Virgil. No. Virgil is everybody's Virgil. And you need to sit down with Virgil and really get a discussion of where he's at as a person. If you think we've had fun times at the merch table, where do you sell pictures and T-shirts next to Virgil? Caitlin Waddington said, honestly, if it's any consultation, I feel like you're one of the rare few that a beard would actually hinder your face. Thank you. Chris said, I'm in the West Coast, so I don't get to experience Wawa, Sheetz, or Tim Hortons. What's on the West Coast? It's got to be something. A quick and stop and go, that kind of thing. Not that familiar with them, but I know they exist. Ty said you should grow a full beard, so I guess 20 years from now, then go chop wood in Kentucky or something. Yep, all things I'm comfortable with doing. I should completely be an opposite person. Missy said, I once gifted Matt Taven and Dalton Castle a Sheetz gift card to use on a road trip from Pittsburgh to Columbus. And Taven started a Wawa chant, and people went nuts. That's because he's a not nice guy. You don't do that. Also, there's no comparison. Ricky Lynn said Wawa is better than Sheetz. And Ricky Lynn, you were so wrong by every measure. Are you always going to have really long hair, said Leo? I like the neck length hair. Well, the last time I went to get my hair cut, she's like, I'll trim it a little, but that's pretty much it. And I'm sure I'll go back when we're allowed to grow this out. But I'm like, why not at this point? I think this is definitely the longest it's been. Apple Butter said, wow, I forgot it was Sunday. I'm so glad you can recalibrate your calendar according to me. David said, maybe RJ's cult followers should be called Virgils. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they shouldn't at all. Maybe that's another horrible idea. Please don't. Oh, yeah, I'm a big Virgil of this guy. Yeah, Virgil is not the new Stan. You know? Oh, we Virgil. We Virgil this guy. Heard that song, and I'm an immediate Virgil of his. Neil said, we aren't kicking one out. The main rule is you can't leave. Oh, yeah, that's true. Julio said, I love beard. Can't wait to have one, to be honest. Well, keep hoping and wishing and praying. Neil said, well, second to fuck Mark Ruffalo. That's fine. I'll take time out to do that. Daniel said, you can do a road documentary where you travel from store to store and call it Between the Sheets. Well done, Daniel. You are on quite a roll today. Sean said, I've been to a Stuckey's before. Never a Wawa or Sheetz. Up around here, the Cumberland Farm stores are trying to become more like Wawa. Sheetz has a charm, has a sense of humor about how they name things, and they're just adorable. Really put some thought into it. Little T said, RJ, you excited for the Royal Rumble tonight? And who do you think is the favorite to win? Little T, I am on a watch along this evening, and if I blow those thoughts now, I will have nothing to say during the watch along. I'm not going to show up on the watch along and just make obscure references, okay? I am taking this seriously. door is opened, and I'm running through it. And I'm going to give serious analysis and hot takes. Hot takes, just fresh out of the oven, takes. 500 degrees baked takes. And maybe I'll even do my own rumbles by the numbers. I know numbers. 3, 28, 146. So I'm really making an effort and trying to impress the big wigs tonight with some serious Rumble facts. Very excited. SM said, thoughts on Buc-ee's? I feel like I've been there. I'm not remotely familiar with when or what it looks like, though, so I don't have any thoughts. Should I go? Val said, I'm in the Midwest. Our thing is Casey's. And Casey's? Isn't Casey's a restaurant, though? David Leonard said, in the central U.S., we have come and go. It's just weird. It's just weird. To spell it like that is just weird. You're trying not to be sexual, and it makes it even worse. Oh, my God. Nails found the blue tickle from the 99 Royal Rumble. Blue Meanie, prepare to be tagged on Twitter. I'm sure it's coming. Chris said it's mainly 7-Elevens, AMs, PMs. I don't even know what an AM PM is. But I guess 7-Eleven would give me a good idea what an AM PM would be like. Leo said, did you have a crush on Test when you were a teen? I did love Test. I love when I loved his pants. And I love that zip-up vest sweater thing he used to wear. I thought he was amazing. I was a big Test guy. And I actually bought that he was a roadie for Motley Crue. Or a bodyguard. Sabrina loves the long hair. Ty said you should shave the sides again. Everyone's making their picks. Daniel said, there's no Tim Hortons here. I go to Krispy Kreme. Dunkin' Donuts, to coin a phrase, Dunkin' Donuts can blow me. RJ Rainbow said, on the West Coast, we don't have sheets, we have comforters. Woof. RJ is swinging for the fences. Sometimes you hit them. This time you didn't, but keep swinging. It was good. D-Cell said, if it's something appropriate to jeet the sheets, it can be a rhyme. Oh, that's weird. Spot Center said, were you a Barry Darsow fan? The golfer was the best. I was, and I still am. I do love Smash. Smash is great. I loved, what was the Crusher Khrushchev? What was his name? And, of course, Repo Man. I really only remember in vignettes. I don't remember the work. But who can forget Hole in One? Barry Darsow. He was like, I got to use my shoot name for this. I want everyone to know that this is really me. Sean said, my goatee has been a decade in progress. I'm glad I have it, but I had to go through a lot of awkward years. Well, now you're here. Enjoy that goatee to the fullest. Go to a jazz club or something. I've lost my play. I'm that far behind. Dear Lord, I have to catch up. We're running out of time. Congrats, SM. Oh, SM got bingo. In RJ City bingo. I don't know on what, but here we are. Daniel said, wrestlers cutting promo in an IHOP. Hot cakes and hot takes. David and I actually did a promo once in a diner in LA, and it was delightful. Missy said, can we bingo again next week so I can play? Now everyone wants to bingo. For sure, Missy. I'm adding more options. I don't know. You can get those big cards. Do you guys have dabbers? SM said, Buc-ee's are huge and very clean. Lots of bathrooms. For when you just want to pee multiple times. You can pee in one, you can shit in the other. Daniel said, we just finally got a Circle K locally. Every time I pass it, I quote Bill and Ted. Movies that I have not seen. Somebody asked me about, are there any famous movies you have not seen? I have not seen those. I've also not seen any Indiana Jones. Andre said, good morning, RJ. Good morning, all. RJ, I love your documentary, and I enjoyed every bit and second of the documentary. Well, isn't that sweet? Please thank George Barbosa, not me. I basically just did this. The only difference is that the documentary is edited. Sabrina said, I hope John Cena is an entrant in the Royal Rumble wins. I can't make any comments. I'm putting them all in my analysis. I'm going to do research and notes tonight, but I have a graph. It's going to be a whole thing. Neil said, anyone who can't watch the whole watch along, I'm planning on having it on a second screen so I can tweet and post in the Discord when RJ is on so you can all tune in. It's going to happen very quickly. And then I have a feeling I'm going to be out very quickly. I'm already setting myself up for Rumble failure because I don't want the hopes. I don't want to be disappointed on screen. So I'm going in with really low expectations. Regillian said, Come and Go is just a convenience store. It should not even be in the Sheetz Wawa conversation. I am a card-carrying Sheetz member. I will say that. Val said, I don't know why we can't play every week. I just assume it's going to be a thing now. Well, bingo it is. Michelle said, if you ever get out to Teclis, Oklahoma, which I have not been to, yes, you need to get to Buc-ee's. It's the home of the Beaver Nuggets, and they're delicious. I'll tell you something, Larry, that looks like beaver shit. That's what we'll call it. Christina said, pump handle slam for the win. Don't forget the big boot. And he had good slapping pants. Leo said, what about when Tess had the Mark McGrath hair? Everybody had Mark McGrath hair in 2003. That fucking guy was all over VH1, hosting things for no discernible reason. Caitlin said, how do you feel about iced cappuccino, RJ? I want the opinion of a genuine coffee connoisseur. Cappuccinos are often too sweet and too milky for me. Sometimes they can be abused in the sense that they will obscure the flavor of the coffee. It's hard to tell what the coffee is. Too much sugar and cream and shit. And with an iced cappuccino, sometimes they'll put too much ice in it. In the summer, I do like, people want to make iced stuff. You can make an espresso and just pour it over like 3 ice cubes and it's cold in 2 seconds and still maintains the integrity of coffee. Mysterious Spaceman said, RJ is a big test guy. Don't forget testicle. Oh, yes, that was the fan names. Correct, yes. Speaking of Virgil's balls. Daniel said, if Test made quilt, would he have used test patterns? This is really Daniel's day. Michelle said, Buc-ee's has a fabulous sense of humor, lots of innuendo on their merch, because that's what I want from my gas station merchandise. D said, a good sheet would fall down like a leaf. What? Daniel said, Darso was a fake Russian, demolition, all kinds of good stuff. He's a versatile actor. David Arquette said, RJ City and his 72 Virgils. I lost my Virgilinity. Ty said, everyone should like the video and join the Discord. If that's up to you. Nails tweeted the blue tickle. I can't wait to look when we're done. We're almost in the program. Daniel said, none of the Indiana Jones. You need a short round in your life. Yeah, none. Not even nothing. Macy said, maybe a dabbed will be available on Teespring in the afternoon. What the hell are you talking about, Missy? Michaela wants to join the bingo. Leo said, any plans for future RJ's Night of Not Enough Stars show? We are working on it. We are making a lot of phone calls that have not been returned, quite frankly. So everything seems to be quite on track. David said, have you seen my Indiana Jones-inspired Paso-Doble on Dancing with the Stars? No, I haven't. And I really, really owe it to myself to go back and watch every performance of yours from Dancing with the Stars. I owe it to myself and to you, quite frankly. And I do intend to do it. Thank you for reminding me. It sounds like something you're proud of, which makes me worried. Neil said, ignore him. He's going to be great on the Rumble. Everyone should tune in. No one watch the watch along. Sabrina said, well, this was fun. Have a lovely day, everyone. A lovely day to you too, Sabrina. Nell said, me too, S&M getting it today. Daniel said, have you really seen the Goonies? Yes, I have. I get the references. The kid that plays Data is Indy's sidekick in Temple of Doom. Well, that's weird. Now I don't want to see it. Leo said, who's your favorite Voros twin? The one on the left. Julio said, y'all talking about Indiana Jones with my graduation. It's going to be in archaeology. If I don't change the cinema in the middle of the course, both are equally useless. But fun. Archaeology sounds way more impressive. So it's some sort of odd status symbol, even though it's just dusting. I've seen it. SM said, I love Tess. I was devastated when he passed away. Ty is talking to T-Soul. Julio wants the Discord link. This is very popular. Ty said, Michaela, DM me on Twitter, and I'll give you the Discord link. David Arquette said, love you all. And with that, you know what? I'm so happy that he's doing it because I don't have to do it. I second his love. I don't give any of my own. I stand behind him while he's loving. Go watch the documentary, Wrestling Rock on Tour. Go watch David Arquette's documentary, You Cannot Kill David Arquette. You can order a variety of merchandise, including the shower curtain nobody has bought at teespring.com/stores/Arcade And watch me tonight. At 2 p.m., I think Matt Camp is doing some picks of the Rumble. He's doing like an ultimate fantasy Rumble. And they didn't include me in the show because they knew I would have picked Liberace or something. But then tonight at 7, let us watch, let us rumble, and let us muse on life. We got a nice final shot here. Oh, I got to put this lower. I'm sorry. There we go. I should pull these up. I was cracking. Let's start again. There we go. That's better. Godspeed.